Warrior Line, Soul Tribe, Assembly's live, so come subscribe. Your soul's in trial, or simply tied. Your soul medicine, it gets revived. The Warrior Line, Soul Tribe, Assembly's live, it's friendly vibes. Your soul medicine will give you life. You're a warrior, let's get this right. Warrior Line, Soul Tribe, Assembly's live, so come subscribe. Your soul's in trial, or simply tied.
Um, I am really curious what your perspective is as a Black male Texan, independent voter, and father who loves his wife and daughters. You're a huge supporter of Black women. And so I'm curious what your perspective is watching what's happening with Representative Jasmine Crockett right now within the Democratic Party.
Yeah, I appreciate your thoughts on that. It was a powerful and very articulate, brilliant thoughts on that, and it just really it's good. It's really good, and I thank you for having the courage to say what you say. Particularly, it's hard to go. It's not easy to walk alone and even stand up against people that you're part of, but that just shows you more of your credibility. Anybody can point at the enemy, but can you chastise your friend? Can you chastise a supposed friends? Jasmine Crockett is, I have a raw take on this situation. First of all, I was born of a Black woman who had a Black mother. I come from Black women. My mother, my grandmother. I come from Black women. So therefore, my perspective is kind of raw and not too widely accepted, but I can care less because I understand because I studied it and I lived it that this country, as Malcolm X said, as many people have said across the years, the most hated person in this country is the Black woman. Mm-hmm. I sat on my couch on November 5th, and in the first time in American history, it was just really manifest before the world that the world couldn't lie about it. Well, they can lie because white supremacists are always going to lie, but the lie don't go anywhere because people who really know the truth understand. I sat on my couch on November 5th and I said, this country, as much as we talk, as much as we argue and debate, what I learned that night is this country is not interested in a solution. I learned that this country loves chaos.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
People won't say it out loud. They love this. They love the drama. They love the next episode. They love the confusion. They love the debate. We're gonna talk about the big bill, but believe me, they're loving this. They're loving every second of it because it's what they do. They claim not to love it. But we are a society. We're addicted to mess. We're addicted to drama. The number one shows has all the adultery and all the fornication and who's sleeping with who and who killing who, and look at the reality shows and all. We love it. We cherish it. This big bill stuff. Everybody's all up in arms. Well, November 5th told you it was coming. So what am I going to get up? What am I going to get up in arms for? November 5th told you it was coming because it was voted for. And a Black woman, back to the point, a Black woman for 304 days told you everything was happening. But why wasn't it taking heat of it? Because it came through the mouth of a Black woman. Mm-hmm. And anything that comes to a Black woman is just dismissed and cast aside, marginalized, because here's the deal. A Black woman is not going to say it the way a white man will say it and or a black man. They're just not. You said on Blue Sky last night when you was dealing with your fiance, now husband, Todd, and how you wasn't mad or angry, but you clearly told them what you expect in this situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you said it as a black woman. You didn't say, you didn't say it as a white woman. You said you were clear.
Yes.
And that was just a problem for me. See, Kamala Harris was clear, Jennifer. Jasmine Crockett is clear.
Mm-hmm.
And what they don't like is they don't like to be told stuff by a black woman because a black woman is beneath them. A black woman, this is what we don't want to talk about. Scientifically, these people believe that black women are less than. It's medical discrimination. Black women go to the doctor, they're discriminated against it. But it's not just abortion issue or that in all issues. And so when you live in a country that hates black women and they don't want truth, because if they wanted truth, a black woman that you couldn't deal with told you what was going to happen. And now I'm supposed to be wringing my hands about a big. See, the pain is going to come. And I got peace enough to let the pain come. You know why, Jennifer? Because I listened to the black woman. And I listened to the black woman told you this was what's going to happen, right? So why am I going to be worrying about something that we got to deal with this? Because my grandmother told me every time I came home, right, and got out in a mess, right, my grandmother had peace. She had full peace. You know why? She told me, right? She said, you're going to make your own decision, but this is what's going to happen if you go and do this and and do this. Guess what happened? When I went and did it, Jennifer, when I came home, you think she was crying? You think she was wringing her hands? You think she was all upset? No. Hey, I told you. See, I know what you were saying last night on Blue Sky when you say clear-eyed. She told me clear-eyed. She wasn't mean about it. She wasn't threatening about it. She said, this is your choice. We had a choice, right? And these people made their choice. So when I look at a black woman like Jasmine Crockett, they can't deal with her because she is not going to say it the way they want you to say it. She is not going to lie. She's going to tell you straight. She's going to tell you like a black woman. She's going to be proud. She's going to be strong. She's not going to mince words. She's not going to have tea with Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's not going to go to the White House and dance around with him. She's not going to play these games. She's going to tell you, this is what it is. This is what it's about. You're wrong. You're lying. I'm not going to tell you you're telling falsehood. You are lying. See, black women tell you like it is, and white supremacy cannot handle that. This is why in slavery, that's why they stole their children. That's why that's why they hung their men. That's why they, did what they did with Miss Emmett Till, because they want to destroy black women because they can't. They never had destroyed black women, and a black woman is a threat to them because a black woman, watch this, is truth. And these people don't want truth. They do not want truth. And a black woman is going to tell them the truth and nothing but the truth, so help them God. And they can't handle it, because if they could handle it, the evidence, I got the evidence on my side. If they can handle it, then Kamala Harris would be in the White House right now and nobody would be talking about no big bill and worry about who voted for what, because it wouldn't be happening, right? So you didn't listen to the black woman, and now you still don't listen to black women, and now you want me to come along with you. No, you won't listen to the people who are telling you the truth, and yet in the next breath you say we want truth, and people are embarrassed about this. What are you embarrassed for? They embarrassed about this, and they don't want people to lose their Medicaid and stuff like that. Well, you know what? You say it all the time. A lot of people in the red states voted for this. You live in California, right? Your taxes paying a lot of their bills, right? They voted for it, right? So hey, you know what? Hey, I am not going to be wringing my hands because what's coming is what you voted for, and now you want to play the regret game. And then when the black woman, after the other black woman come along, trying to tell you what's happening, and then you reject her, and then she's in the party that's supposed to be lifting her up, they want to say you can't get a leadership position when she's been leading, she's been fighting, she's been lifting up, just because she told somebody to go kiss her behind that you're scared of. See that part right there. See, the black women are not scared of the big back man. See what I'm saying? They're not scared. They're not scared, but they are, because they want to. Well, you got to say it in a nice way. Jennifer, they don't like the way she says it. They don't like the presentation. They don't like the black body. They don't like the black life. They don't like the black gender. They don't like nothing about her. They just want to, just raise this money. Be nice. Sit on a committee when the cameras come. If you got some little oppositions, don't be mean spirit to Marjorie Taylor Greene. Be nice. Say it in a more humble way. Be humble. Be kind. No, don't come across as angry. Don't come across as arrogant. Have some respect for the office. Have some respect for the House of Representatives. Blah, all this talking point stuff. And Jasmine Crockett said, I'm not with that. And black women not with it. And I can tell you on a personal testimony that nobody can take from me. People can dismiss everything I just said, but you can't take this from me, because this is my life. Black women is why I'm here. My father wasn't around. I wouldn't have ate if it wasn't for a black woman. I wouldn't be sitting there talking to you on this computer if it wasn't for a black woman. So I am biased in this conversation. They can all go get bent, and they can all go, if they lose their stuff. I am not sitting up all night worrying about what they finna lose when the black woman told you for 104 days this was coming. And they still try, and the black women tell you right now, and then they're saying she can't be in leadership. Well, then, okay, then you need to take the medicine that's coming. Because on the other side, it's amazing how we hate the other side, but guess what they're doing? They're giving them exactly what they voted for. What's that? White supremacy. That's what you're giving them. Why? Because that's what the exchange was, right? Putting me back and this coming back. And the black woman said, we're not going back, let's go forward. And she was rejected. Because black women always take the country forward. My black life is because of black women. And I'm so thankful for that. And I'll never let anybody say, I love my wife, I love my two black daughters, but before them, I wouldn't have ever met them or had them had not been for black women who fed me, who sheltered me, who taught me, who was there for me, who took me to church, who made sure I went to school, who chastised me, who disciplined me, who loved me, who cried with me, who wiped my tears, who shared me. I'm here for black women. And I know that this country have survived because of black women. I know this country has survived because of black women who stood up when they had no rights, they couldn't vote, they couldn't do nothing. But they always there. They took care of the black children and they took care of white people's children. Black women are the heart and soul. Forget the Democratic Party. The black women are the heart and soul of this nation. And white supremacy cannot stand it. And that's why she's always under attack, no matter how she said, no matter how she presented. Jasmine Crockett is a Texas Democrat. Kamala Harris is a California Democrat. You had two different dynamics, and what's happened? Both of them got rejected. So miss me with how it's presented. You'll find an excuse, because as long as it comes from a voice of a black woman who is powerful, who built her own life and legacy through her hard work, qualified, dignified, professional, talented, gifted, everything, every check in the box. But the problem is, I tell people all the time, Kamala Harris lost for something she could not possibly change. I don't care how great a speech she was made. I don't care what kind of program she came up with. What she could not overcome was her blackness and her gender. That's why she's at home today. Then they want to jump on here. What is she doing? No, you don't want to hear from black women. And now they're mad because why ain't Crocker want to raise the money? Because hey, she can't get in a leadership position. So why should she raise your money for? See, that's what they always want to play the game of just do our dirty work, be quiet, talk when we tell you to talk, and then when you do talk the way we want you to talk, and act the way you want we to act, and then you'll be okay. You're not going to leadership position. You're not going to do that, but just act the way, particularly if you're a black woman. And so black women are hearing it. So I, as a Texan, as a citizen of this country, I am proud of her, and I just hope she don't back down and be who she is, because I'm proud to say she represents this state. I'm proud of Kamala Harris. I'm proud of what they're doing, and what they would tell me today is don't worry, because we're going to be all right. Suffering is coming, pain is coming, but that's what they wanted. But I am sleeping good at night. I'm not concerned about anything because I did my part. I lifted my voice. I talked. You did your part. So worried about what? Concerned for what? We have to get to the point where we're like my grandma when I come home after I did stupid stuff and have to pay consequences. She had perfect peace. She had perfect peace. Why? Because she did her part. She had gave me the warning. She had taught me the lesson. My dumb behind rejected the lesson. Well, guess what? I had to pay the consequences. And those lessons are why I'm here today. And I just know that this country, they just hate, not dislike a black woman. And even I believe the Democratic Party, in the hearts of the Democratic Party, they are going to do this because they know they couldn't possibly win, but they hate black women because I know a lot of them voted for this, what we're going on right now. I know they went and voted both and did it because the evidence is clear. Because they love chaos, they love confusion, they love mess, they love drama, they love everything that's coming. Just the next episode.
Soul Tribe, Assemblies Live, so come subscribe. Your soul's in trial, it's simply time. Your soul medicine, it gets revived. The Warrior Line, Soul Tribe, Assemblies Live, it's friendly vibe. Your soul medicine.